Hello all, my name is Bharani Kumar. I work as a chief data scientist on multiple companies. I work as a technology advisor on a few other companies. And this is our YouTube channel. We exclusively work in the space of digital transformation, industrial revolution 4.0, in the space of cloud computing, Internet of Things, big data, machine learning on cloud, data science, AI, cybersecurity, and bunch of advanced stuff, ML ops, which is now fast picking up the attention of the world. As part of this YouTube channel, we aim to give a lot of value added videos to you all. Number one, people want to get into these buzzing professions, which will give them amazing salaries, right? So I'm going to share a lot of interview tips and tricks, a lot of interview questions, and then answers with a brief explanation. Quick, you know, tidbits based on the emerging technologies and interesting algorithms on data science, etc. And we'll also talk about live projects. The one thing which is lacking in the industry is the work that you do in the companies and the education that you obtain. There's a huge gap. As part of the live projects, I'm going to explain the kind of projects that we have worked upon, me and my fellow data scientists. And in the practical world, in the practical setting, how do you actually handle a business problem? This is what you'll understand and learn. Thank you so much. And I would strongly recommend you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Not just subscribe, but also there'll be a bell icon. Click on that to be notified on all the YouTube live sessions that happen. Or each time we upload a YouTube video, you will be notified if you click on that notify icon. Thank you all so much and enjoy the YouTube channel. Thank you.
Data description. Okay. Data description is all about performing initial analysis on your data. First of all, you have data sources. Data can come from relational database management system or structured query language databases or NoSQL or big data. You have something called as record of origin, record of reference. All these are the various data sources, right, from which you get the data. When you get the data, you should analyze on how much data you have, size. Do you have 1 GB data or 1 terabyte data? What data do you have? What is the size of that? And what is the dimension of the data that you have? How many records you have? How many rows? How many columns? How many total databases you have in total, right? How many tables you have within each of the database, right? If you think about a simple Excel sheet, you'll have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4 in that way. Each sheet can be thought of as a table. Okay. People might say, hey, we have one table, right? Or they might say we have one database. Okay, one database is fine. But how many tables do you have in each of those? How many rows you have? How many columns you have? What is the size of that? These are the kind of questions that you have to answer as part of data understanding. Then data attributes and their description. For each and every variable, you need to have definition on what that variable means. Okay. Say there is a column called education, of course. The moment you read this, you know that it's related to education. But maybe writing a brief description on this is education pertaining to Malaysia. In Malaysia, education system is pretty different than what we have in India or US. It makes sense to write that. And you also need to have description of the levels which we have. In this, probably they might say 1, 2, 3, 4. right? 4, 3, 1, 2 in that way. What do we mean by 1? What do we mean by 2? What do we mean by 3 and 4? Description of the levels is also equally important. I often observe this that people get started on the data without even knowing on what the data is, what that variable means, what the levels mean, which is incorrect, right? Until and unless you have thorough understanding, you cannot even proceed further. Of course, you need to understand the data types also, right? Which we have already discussed, continuous, discrete, and all that. You might get the data from internal data sources or external data sources. Internal data sources mean data which is captured by your organization, transaction data. If you're working with a bank, each time you swipe a credit card, the transaction is internal to your organization, right? So that's transaction data. Customer preference data, Amazon. What are you purchasing? What are your preferences? All that is internal to Amazon, right? It's internal data. Experiments that pharmacy companies perform is internal to them. Majorly, in biology and biotechnology, they use a lot of experiments. Customer relationship database is internal to the organizations that you work with. External sources are many, umpteen. A few of those are listed down here. Survey data for India, you can get the data from here. Biometric data, third party data. Amazon is providing data sets. Google is providing a lot of data sets, right? You have government and quasi government agencies giving you the data. Social sites give you a lot of data. So you might want to get the data from external sources or from internal sources. But obviously the first preference is given to internal sources. When it comes to external sources, you have free databases and also you have syndicate databases. That means you need to purchase, right? Both. Companies such as Airtel, etc., they sell data. You can purchase data to understand the demographics of people who are located in specific regions.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to be able to scale up your career in a big way. All the best for your future.